Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am Blitz, and today we're going to be building this Minecraft villager farmer house. So this is a bit bigger than the other houses in our small Minecraft villager series, but this is built to match in with those. I believe we have a stonemason, a toolsmith, a butcher, a library. There's quite a few of them, and this is another one for the set, this one for our farmer villagers. Now I do have an interior to show for this one, but that is over in First Light, my survival world that this build design is originally from. So let's quickly pop over there so I can show you the interior as well. So here we are in First Light, and this world is a little old and a little framey, so excuse the tragic frames, but this is the farmhouse here in my survival world. You can see the field is a little bit different. I don't have field around this side, but the actual building itself is pretty much the same. However, coming on inside, I do have an interior in here as well. So you can see I've sectioned off this left side, and that is our villager area. I have Fry Pan and Rosemary living in around the corner. Oh my word, these frames are rough. I haven't even loaded this world in that long. Oh my goodness, hello, hi. So you can see the villagers have a little bedroom here around the corner, and coming in through here, you can head upstairs. We have a little spiral staircase on this end, and this upstairs, I designed it to be kind of like a guest staying area here in my town, but this could also just make a great player house as well, or you could make it an extended villager area and have a few more farmer villagers, because they are a very useful villager type to have. So you can see I can come into this, and this is the room where we have a little bedroom, anvil, and a chest, a furnace tucked into the corner as well. A whole little setup for a player to be living up here on the second floor of our farmhouse building. And overall, today's build is going to be a really nice build that could also double as a player home. You could live up there if you needed to and you don't have a home for yourself yet, or you can have more farmer villages, or just have it be a guest room like I have it over on my survivor world. And with that, due to popular demand / requests, I do in fact have a full material list for the exterior of this build as well. I'll show that on screen for you right now. So these are going to be the materials for today's build. This does not include the interior. I won't be doing a full interior list because I feel like interiors tend to be more person by person, depends really how you want it to look on the inside, though I will show you the basics of how I threw together the survival interior as well. And with that, let's head over to the dimensions. Alright, so the farmhouse build is going to fit within this 13 by 9 rectangle right here. Now the actual shape of the build is obviously a little more complicated. It is of course worth noting that the upper floor does come outwards by a block, and then our overhang does come out by a block as well. So if you're wanting to place this one next to some other builds, you'll probably want at least 2 more blocks of space for this lower rectangle. But that's pretty much it. That's the dimensions. There's nothing too interesting or exciting about it. Just have your 13 by 9 area laid out and ready to go. And let's get into the tutorial. Alright, and the first things you're going to need for the tutorial are your oak logs, spruce stairs, and then a bit of the stonework items for that lower trim down there. So stone bricks, cobblestone, andesite stairs, stone brick stairs, and a few slabs and walls of each, though we're just going to start off with this set. So coming in with our oak logs, we're going 1 right here in this left corner, turning the corner, gap of 3, 1, gap of 3, 1, turn the corner again, gap of 3, gap of 3, gap of 3, turn the corner again, and another 2 gaps of 3. Then coming around the front, exactly the same, so it's all divided up with 3 blocks between each of these. Then moving inwards into the build, we're doing a gap of 3, 1 here, and a gap of 3, 1 here as well, so it's fully divided up into all these little 3 by 3 segments. Next, for our spruce stairs, we're going to outline where the balcony will be. So it's going to be along here, 1, 2, 3 upside down spruce stairs. This is the way we walk on, so 1, 2, 3 spruce stairs facing the correct way, and around the corner, 1, 2, 3 upside down spruce stairs again. Then with our stone items, so the bricks and a few of the stairs, we're just going to start filling in the lower layer of all of this space, occasionally mixing in our stairs. So just bringing in a little mix of all of these options. but we're leaving a gap right here. This is going to be our chimney a little later on. So continuing all the way around and bringing in the stonework. And now with a few slabs and walls, we're also just going to rubble out our design a little bit. So we're just gonna fly around the sides of the building and start adding in a few little bits and pieces where this stonework down the bottom will have degraded over time. So the stonework should be looking something just like this. Alright, next up, grab your oak logs, some stripped oak wood or stripped oak logs, doesn't really matter, oak planks, oak stairs, some glass panes, stripped spruce logs, and spruce planks. And we're going to start off by actually bringing in the floor down here. So for this floor, it's going to be a mixture of spruce logs and spruce planks. So we're just going to start bringing in a mix of these and filling in this lowest layer all the way around here for the house. And then with our floor brought in, we're grabbing our oak logs and we're going to start bringing up the pillars for the first floor. So on the two either side of these stairs, we're only coming up by 1 with our oak logs, but then for all of these other pillars, we're going up by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and creating a cross beam at the top of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and cross it over to meet up with the next one. So all the way across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, continuing this all the way around, except skipping the one where that chimney's gonna go actually, and just filling in all of these and connecting them up. And this does mean we're actually bringing up these middle ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, connecting here and connecting here as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and across and across and across there as well, and one more right there. There we go. So we have a little frame starting to come in for the lower level of the house, and now using our oak, we're going to start filling in these walls. So right here, this one's going to be our front door. So we're going to bring in a little mixture of our oak texturing, something like that, pop in an upside down stair right there. That is a space for our door. Then this wall right here is going to be entirely filled in with oak, so something just like this. And what we're also going to do to bring in a little bit of extra detail for these walls is using our stairs, and we're just going to bring in a few of these on all of our walls to create like there's a missing board or plank. I think it just adds a lot of detail to the build. In this space next to the door, we're going to have a window as well. So we do an upside down stair right here and one right there as well. And then we're just bringing up our texturing again to match up with the window. So something like that. We might pop a missing plank right there and then just filling our glass panes into the window space as well. Turning the corner, this wall is an entirely filled in wall, so no windows on this one. So something just like that. Turning the corner again, this is another filled in wall. And this wall right here opposite the front door is going to be a window. So this one, we're going that. Upside down stair, upside down stair. This will be glass panes, and then we can fill the rest of this in with our texture scheme. Then leaving a gap for our chimney wall. And then we have filled in window, window. So repeating what we've been doing for all the other walls, we're filling in this one and then texturing it up. This one here, there's going to be a window, so I will just get that happening. Just like that, and of course, break it up a tiny bit. Might do that actually, very nice. And then right here, another window, so stair, stair, and then filling it in. Then we're grabbing a spruce door. Make sure you have some spruce stairs, spruce slabs, and spruce trapdoors as well. We're going to pop our front door in right there. Very nice. And then we're going to start bringing up the frame and the walls for the second story as well. So first grabbing our spruce stairs and coming one down from that top layer of the logs onto all of our pillars and adding these upside down spruce stairs all the way around, just like this. And one right here as well, or not? No, that's a block. So in that case, this one can be a block right there. Wonderful. Then with our logs coming on top of these stairs, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. So coming all the way around, of course, we are repeating that across the entire build, except skipping it pretty much for that extra window where we're going to have the big tall chimney. So bringing the logs up, bringing the logs up, but just not creating our cross beams into this space right here. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around. And for this little inwards facing corner right here, we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're just going to leave it for now as it is. So our pillaring should now be looking something like this. We have this upper floor starting to come together. Next, grabbing our spruce slabs and spruce trapdoors, we're actually going to create this little lower trim right here that we'll be placing our walls on top of. So where all of these crossways logs are, we're going 1, 2, and 3 with the slabs and trapdoors on the upper half of where that log is. So turning the corner, slab, slab, trapdoor, slab, slab, trapdoor, skipping it for our chimney slot, and continuing it the rest of the way around. But also skipping it here and here due to our balcony that we'll be bringing in, and just adding a slab and a trapdoor right there. Next up, with our oak scheme again, we're going to start bringing in our walls. So we're going to have a window right here in this space, but now we're doing the stair facing inwards towards our window on both sides, and it's a little bit shorter than it was before, though it's still quite cute. So maybe something just like that. Put in the window pane, so keeping it textured, remembering to add those extra little stairs for detail. Turning this corner right here, this is one where we're just entirely filling in these walls, so something like this, adding in our stairs and just filling that space in there as well in case these stairs expose holes in the building. So something like that, and then in this space here there's going to be another window, so we're doing stair, stair just like that, and then bringing in our texturing once more and throwing a window pane just into that space, so the wall is already coming along. And here in this space it's going to be a window. Around here it's going to be a filled in wall, then another window, leaving a gap this side. They're both windows, so placing in these stairs, and then of course just filling in and texturing these as we already have been doing for these other segments. So now our walls should be looking something like this. We have them all filled in: wall, window, gap, window, window, and back around to the front. And already the build is starting to look pretty cute, and it's going to look a lot nicer once we have a roof coming in on it. Alright, and for this next step of the build, we're going to start bringing in our little balcony roof and the main roof of the building as well. So grab yourself spruce fence gate, spruce stairs, spruce slab, spruce trapdoor, dark oak planks, dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, and dark oak trapdoors. And coming here onto the front, we're doing the balcony first, starting with our fences. We're going fence, gate, fence, and over here as well, fence, gate, fence. On top of these two logs, fence, fence, and fence, fence. And that is the railings for the balcony all done. Next, spruce slabs, and we're bringing one all the way across to the corner where this fence is from the lower part of this spruce block. And turning around the corner here, we're going slab, 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 just like that. And then grabbing our dark oak to start filling in the frame. First grabbing our full blocks and just bringing across a line of them right here. Then next with our slabs, we're bringing in a lower layer just like this, and then an upper layer as well for most of it, except not right here thanks to this lovely trapdoor. That means we can't place them there. And then again with the full blocks, just filling in all of this space there along the back, so that it's also nice and full here from the underside. Alright, and now we're just going to texture up our little balcony roof, grabbing some stairs, slabs, and a few trapdoors, something just like this, adding in a few slabs, swapping a few of these upper slabs out to stairs, and then bang, 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 just like that with the trapdoors, and there we go. That is a really fun little textured balcony roof. Now I'm just grabbing some spruce trapdoors, 1, 2, 3, 4 there on the underside to add a little bit more detail to that balcony trim. And now with the lower balcony roof done, we're going to move on to the upper roof of this building. So this is going to be a classic A-frame roof with a spruce trim and a dark oak fill-in. Starting with our spruce stairs and coming into this corner here, we're just bringing along stairs all the way to one past the end of the building right here, and then turning around and starting to stair our way upwards to make a little point in the middle. One more right there, then where this window is, upside down stair facing this way, slab on top. Coming around this way, we're bringing spruce stairs all the way along this backside, including past our little chimney gap for once, and one past on this end, one past on this end again. Bringing our little stairs up. And there you go, that is one peak of the roof done. Coming around this end, we're doing exactly the same little pointed pattern. So even though this is a longer side, we're just gonna make it to match that side right there for now. So bringing up our little triangle and bringing it back down. And then when it gets to this point here, we place our stair just like that, and then next to it, another stair. So it creates that little corner stair, and we continue this roof forward, one past this end as well, and exactly the same little A-frame shape. So connecting that up here as well, and bringing it along and all the way up to create this little frame, the beginnings of our roof. Next, after our frame is finished, we're grabbing our slabs and we're gonna just create the spine of the roof as well, bringing the slabs from the top point of our arcs, our little triangles, to meet up just like that, and bringing this front one in as well to create this kind of large T shape right here, and that is the outline of the roof done. And now it's time to fill in this frame with a bit of dark oak. So if you're coming here from the tutorial series, you know me, you know how I generally like to texture my roofs. I like to fill them in first and then bring in the texturing, though I know that's technically not as good for conserving resources, so do feel free to wait until after the fill in and just copy the overall texturing when I show you the end product. But first, I'm just grabbing dark oak stairs and bringing them all the way along and around to match up with our frame. So the roof filled in should look something like this, nothing too fancy, and you may notice I've left a little hole in it right here. So this is going to be where our chimney comes up and through the roof. We've clearly got a block here on either side of our dark oak and 3 dark oaks here on the right, then a gap of 2 for the chimney right there. So it's on the left side of this 3 wide wall. And now it is just time to texture this up. So first I'm grabbing my dark oak planks and I'm just gonna start running around adding these in all over the roof just to break it up. I don't want anywhere to look too flat or simple. Generally I like to have gaps of 1 to 2 blocks, and then maybe sometimes 2 blocks next to each other, another one here, another gap, we'll do maybe a 2 gap, another one, another 2 blocks. If it does this, not great, you can use your stairs and just turn them slightly like that so it still creates the corner piece right there. And then I will just run around and finish texturing up this roof with our planks, and not forgetting of course to add some dark oak trapdoors. For this build we're just adding them on top of a few of our blocks, so not all of them. So boom, there we go, that is my roof all textured. Sorry if the shade is making it a little hard for you to see that. There we go. This is this side here. This is the back. It's really nothing too fancy or complicated. It's just all about kind of just breaking up the pattern and creating something that's a little bit more interesting to look at than just the plain filled in roof. And with the roof looking pretty good, it's time to actually get some work done on our chimney here. So I'm using a mixture of bricks and granite for the chimney. We're going full blocks, stairs, slabs and walls of both. And starting right here, I'm just gonna build like the big back wall for the chimney here in this space using a mixture of bricks and granite. I'm just gonna keep bringing this all the way up until like along this line right here and into this space here as well. So just filling this in for now. So with that first little layer brought in, it should be looking something like this. I've just stopped the chimney right there for now, and we're gonna focus on rubbling out this back piece first. So I'm gonna start by bringing in some little pieces to indicate where I'm bringing up the next layer of stone and brick too. So I'm doing one stair right here on this line here, then I might give it a stair right here, something like that, and then a full block of granite across from that, and then I'm just gonna bring up our stonework and rubbling out on this layer to these points that we've just laid out. So starting to elongate the patterning downwards until the space is all filled in, just like that. And then I'm bringing up one last layer just much further down this time though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll maybe do a wall here, a stair facing this way here, and is it another stair maybe just there? Something like that. And then again I'm just kind of filling this space right here So that maybe aligns too much there on the side. I might just swap a little bit of that around. Very nice. So this currently looks pretty flat, pretty basic, but that is the shaping of our rubbling out already starting to happen. Now I'm just going to work a few more stairs and walls into this design to make it look a bit more ruined. So maybe a little bit of stair action right there. Maybe something right here, something here, and something here. Oh, no, that was a brick, wasn't it? Something like that, maybe? How's that look? It's a little bit nicer. It almost makes me wish I had a stair there, maybe? That's cute. And then I think coming down the bottom here, just a little bit of extra stonework around these edges is really going to tie it all together. So maybe a wall and a slab, a wall. Oh, we could even possibly do like a brick and another little stair here, maybe something like that facing inwards, and then one more little slab right there. There we go, that looks a lot nicer. I really like how that looks. It's pretty complicated to pull together, and I found that even a little difficult to explain, so I hope you followed. It doesn't have to be exactly the way I've rubbled this out, but I hope you can see we kind of have that flat baseline for the chimney, and then we bring it down a little and rubble out a layer, and then down a lot more, rubble out a layer, so it kind of has this slow slope up into the chimney. So let's go add on the top of this. So for this top bit of the chimney, don't forget to grab 2 campfires and 6 spruce trapdoors. And you won't need the walls or slabs anymore, so you can drop those. We're just using a few bricks and a few stairs to bring this chimney bit up by 4 blocks for a total 5 exposed blocks here on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. That's the height we're going to. Then I'm going to bring in a little bit more texturing and bring in a few stairs as well, just to keep it looking nice and rubbled. There we go. I really like that. Just very, very simple. And then we've got our campfires, 1, 2 on top, and our trapdoors all the way around these campfires and closing all of those trapdoors. There we go. That is the chimney done, and I really think that helps tie this whole build together. It's so cute. And now grabbing stripped spruce logs, oak logs, barrels, spruce stairs, spruce slabs, spruce trapdoors, and dark oak buttons, we're going to start adding a few of the final details onto this exterior. Starting here where we have these funky gaps in our roof, grabbing our stripped spruce, we're going 1 here, leave a gap, a line of stripped spruce here, leave a gap, and spruce here. Then filling these gaps, oh gosh, with our barrels. Now you can use, if you hold crouch, you can then place barrels on top of barrels as opposed to opening the barrels, this kind of thing, and I'm holding crouch and space to stay flying while I'm doing it, though if you're in survival you won't need to worry about that. So there we go, just like that. And then our spruce slabs, we go 1 here, and trapdoors just along to create this little kind of line and divide between our oak logs and our little striped detail piece. And then the final touch for this little piece is an oak log right there, followed by a barrel, spruce trapdoor underneath the log, and a dark oak button on the end of the barrel. There we go. So exactly what we did right here, we're coming over here and doing the same thing. So starting with our stripes of the spruce and barrels, and finishing with a trapdoor and a button on that little pokey bit, whatever they're called. And then we're doing exactly this over here again. So the same thing with the stripes and the button on the end. There we go. Perfect, wonderful. So that is a little bit more detail starting to come in here. Next, grabbing our slabs and trapdoors, we're going to add a little detail onto the underside of this trim. So 1 inwards from wherever the corner of the trim is, we're going trapdoor, space trapdoor, and then adding a slab there in line with the pillar. So that was here on this left side. Coming around onto the right here, we're doing the same thing. So a slab where this pillar is, trapdoors either side of it, oh gosh, slab where the pillar is, slab where the pillar is, trapdoors either side, trapdoors either side, and then coming around the end, well, the back side, it's the same thing again. So we're doing a slab in line with where all of these pillars are, and trapdoors either side of those slabs to create this really nice little detail. I think it adds quite a lot to the build, actually. And then we're gonna start bringing in a little spot for our farmhouse sign as well. So grabbing an oak log, it's one oak log right here, kind of where the balcony is and just above that stair, then a barrel on the end of that log with a button on the end of the barrel, trapdoor right here and one right here as well to kind of disguise where these two logs join and make it look like it more goes back into the building. And then to add the little hanging piece onto our sign, I've got a singular piece of oak wood. You're gonna need 4 item frames and 4 pieces of wheat to put in those item frames, a lantern, chain, spruce trapdoors for a few other bits and pieces we're adding as well, so multiples of the lanterns and chains. Then with one chain, we're going here under the barrel, piece of wood and a lantern beneath the piece of wood, item frames all the way around the piece of wood, and then wheat in all of the item frames, and that is our little sign done. Now we're going to add a few chain and lantern pieces onto the corners of the roof. So with the chains here in this left corner, we're going 1, 2, lantern, this right corner here, 1 lantern, this corner over here, no chain at all, just the lantern, very cute. And then over here we're going 2, just like that, and then 1 right here. Boom. Perfect. So I really like just alternating the lengths of my chain and lanterns around the build, just so there's this constant differentiation happening that I think adds a lot of extra detail to the building. And then with our spruce trapdoors as well, we're going to add a little shutter onto all of our windows. So just on the right side of any glass panes you see, pop a spruce trapdoor. So spruce trapdoor here and here. Coming in over here, we'll go 1 and 2. Up here, just 1. Over here, that's a 1 high window, no window here. 2 windows right here, 1 and 2. And then around this side, a bunch of windows, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Those little shutters just add that bit of extra detail onto the build. And now we're going to add a tiny bit of extra decoration onto this balcony before we can finally call this build finished. So with barrels, we've got 1 right here where this pillar is, and then 1 sideways next to it with a trapdoor there, and a flower pot on top. Then over here with spruce stairs, we're going 1, 2 like this with a spruce trapdoor between them to create this tiny little table. I'm giving the table a bit of a skirt by adding in a trapdoor here and an oak trapdoor right there. Then with the barrels, I'm going 1 and 2, and then a spruce trapdoor on top of that one, and another flower pot here with maybe a dead bush in the flower pot. And there you go. With that, the exterior of your new farmer villager farmhouse is complete. Now, there are a few little details you could add. If we go back over here to the model build, obviously I have this field all around it, which is very, very nice. Feel free to pause and copy if you want to have the exact same size and shape of field. I've just kind of bordered it with fences and gates, and then oak logs with the alternating spruce slab and spruce trapdoor on top of those logs. And there is of course a bunch of coarse dirt mixed through the field and hay bale piles with a little bit of yellow carpet in there as well, because I think yellow carpet is such a nice complementary for hay bales. And there we go, that's a little show of the field, and the interior is kind of yours to do with it what you will. Do feel free to look back at the interior I proposed in the build from First Light at the start of the video, or just create your own little interior. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what particular villager type you would like to see a house for next in our little series of villager houses. I think we've already done maybe half of them. We might still need to do a fisherman, a shepherd. There's a lot of options, so do let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!